Welcome to a brand new week of Webisodes. And this week, Teresa just has a wonderful knack for putting together great things. And this week, we're going to mix some classic products with some brand new.
It's always fun to see what Teresa does with her tips and techniques, and fun to see which twists and turns she's going to take with them.
So Twist Turns, Tips and Techniques by Teresa. That's what this week is all about. Come play with us. Okay, these are the basic parts for today's webisode, and you're going to show the cardstock first?
The pastel cardstock that's used. There's great colors in here. You can see them. There's pink, lilac, blue, green. Lots of colors to choose from, and it just makes a nice base for what you're starting with.
Right, and then to add some pizzazz to it, this is a collection, and there are 3 color palettes, and you'll see as I start flipping through. So there's this blue and pink, the red and orange, and then a blue and brown. So let me just show you. This is a huge collection. So there are these reversible die cuts, and actually, John, I think we'll stay back a little bit away from it because I want you to see the whole sheet. They are reversible, as I said, and there are 255 of these.
Oh my gosh, there's so many.
There are so many, and so we have pages upon
Great
pages.
Colors. There's sayings all over these. You've got journaling right on them.
Yeah, and you notice, just like you just said, they're plain on one side, and then they've got the art on the other, so that's very nice. Then we get into stickers. There are 354 stickers.
The alphabet stickers.
Right, and the borders in each of those color combinations, as you can see.
What I love is that on some of these, they actually have artwork that looks like ribbon right across it, too.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, then we're going into the papers. Now, there are 12 papers, and there are an additional 6 pieces of cardstock. So
they aren't double-sided. It sort of looks like them as you're turning, but there's lots of patterns to choose from.
And as you can see, again, the 3 color combinations really giving you a nice look. And then we're into the cardstock with kind of a distressed look or a linen-y look. And there we go. That's it. So all of those pieces together, and let's see what Teresa has done.
Great.
We're going to start with some cards, and then we'll get to scrapbook pages too, I promise. And what Teresa has done is what Teresa does. This collection of kind of a mini collage on the front. And this particular piece, you want to bring that in? Here it is in the book. And this is a journaling piece. That's actually what it was designed for. It's a die cut. But what Teresa decided is that she wanted to use it for a border. So
she did. She matted it and stuck it on. Or is it matted, or that's part of it?
I think it's part.
That's part of it.
I think that's part of it.
Just stuck it on the front and put her message on top. And I believe she used the birthday greeting stamp right on there. It stays on.
And she also added some of the red bling, and these are such a good value, all those pieces together, and a little bit of ribbon. Nice to have
great.
that. Yeah,
right off the top, it looks like it's hanging down on there.
Almost looks like velvet, but it's grosgrain. And on the inside, she's taken that. So she's got a horizontal strip in the front and a vertical on the inside.
This is great. And the matting, she's kind of an expert at matting, and it really makes everything pop, just a little bit of additional cardstock.
It does, and all of these are printed on there, so they're die cuts. You just pop them up and put them on with glue or foam tape, and you've got it done.
Very striking.
Very pretty. Now, in the same color combination, this is a second one that Teresa did, and I think that this is the 3rd sheet in. If you want to pull that, I think so.
3rd from the top.
So what she's done is, because the pack was designed for scrapbooking, in fact, let's bring that in.
We have a frame right here that's used. You can usually put a photo in or whatever you want. She didn't really want the word remember as part of this card. She didn't feel like it fit, so she just put a border on top of that part of the frame, and then you can use it in any other way.
And I love that. So
it wasn't just it was already on there.
Right.
I was talking about the stamp.
So in this case, what I think is really nice to learn about this is that this is really kind of scrapbooky, but if you want to make it for cards and there's a piece that you don't like, cover it up.
Cover it up.
Yeah, don't discard it, but go ahead and use it. Now, what Teresa did in this frame is she did some stamping, And this is in the heartfelt greetings. So it takes a long time to grow an old friend. You know what? Am I right?
Yeah, there you go. Heart to heart.
Heart to heart. Okay, I lied. It's in heart to heart. It takes a long time to grow an old friend. And what Teresa told us that she likes to do is to take her frame and put it on top, in this case, of the pink paper, and lightly draw a pencil line.
Right. She said you can also put the frame on there and stamp inside, but there's kind of a little bit too much room for error in doing that.
Yeah. So she likes to draw that line, then remove the frame, stamp it, and then just erase it. And if you use a white eraser, you won't distort your paper.
Right.
But again, how pretty this is. And the collection, so there's a little file tab that says friends.
Which is great. With the red pearls on there, it sort of makes it look like it's riveted on.
It does. And then on the inside, we go together like copy and paste, which is also part of the Heart to Heart stamp set.
And it's kind of hard to see, but there's a rickrack. That's a paper rickrack from the collection, and then rickrack on top of it too.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Right. Do you see that bright pink? Oh, fun. Very clever. I didn't even notice that. And again, just the overlapping. All of these are flat. None of them are on foam tape because they're on the inside. Another point is that this is kind of a busy paper, wouldn't you think?
It is. But the matting around it, some of them, look, that just has the black ink right around the edge.
Right.
Boy, I'm making all kinds of mistakes here. Well, the matting is automatically on there because it's that inking, and that's what makes it stand out one from the other. If you felt that you couldn't see something, you could go ahead and foam tape it, and that gives you a little bit of a shadow.
But as you can see, this is just doing a really nice job.
It works with the collage effect. It works with that paper.
Now, so this is the red and black, has green in it, so that's that set. The next set is the pink and blue set, and Teresa has done some fun things with this. And what are you bringing in here?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just looking. I was looking for the lettering, the thanks.
Oh, they're toward the back.
Toward the back.
Actually, let's talk about that thanks, because it is shiny.
Here it is.
Okay, you want to bring those letters in?
So here are the die-cut letters, and it is shiny because Teresa popped out the letters.
And actually, these are stickers.
They're stickers.
Yes, they're stickers.
I'm going to get this whether it... I'm going to get it one way or the other. 3D crystal lacquer is what she put on top of them. It's real easy. You can either brush it on or just kind of squirt it on and move it around with your finger.
Right.
Let it dry.
Yeah, let it dry. You want to do that when it's not on your card. But what I love about that is it just adds such a shine. And
it does. It's an easy way to accent something. As soon as I saw it, I said I wanted to do that. So I actually think it would be neat to put a little bit right in the middle of some of the flowers too, just to sort of make them pop a little bit.
I think you're right. Now, this paper has the flowers on it, but Teresa, this is one die cut that is in the pack. So she's just layered this with foam tape on top. And there is another one right here. So in person, I can really see the dimension. I'm not sure that you can see it on camera.
But if you were sitting there holding the card, that's what you
Yeah.
would see. And I like the little ribbon treatment. It looks like it's tied right around the bracket, right around here.
And on the inside, she's taken just a small piece of that same paper. And look at this. Now, this is part...
These are the ribbon stickers, and she just
Right.
cut the end of it to give it that little banner look.
And that's such a popular look now, so it's nice to take those techniques and
And
add
here's
those.
a tiny, just a little greeting stamp set right here.
You're the best. And then she's added the file tab with smile on the side. So really sweetly done. Now, this same combination is used in this card. So we've got this giant celebrate. Now, if we get in close, you can see that Teresa has added pearls.
And she said it looks random where she put them, but she said on the actual sticker, there's little dots right where those fit. It just seemed like a natural thing to do.
Right. So that works out nicely. And this is, we're talking about classic things and new things, that this is the Dottie border from Tonic. And Teresa says that's just one of her favorites.
And that's great when she's backed it with some white cardstock so you can really see the pattern behind. And then again, we have just a little greetings on one of the small die cut tags.
Okay. And then on the inside, we have that strip going across the center, keeping the green as our focal color. And then again, layering some of those many, many die cuts.
Right. These die cuts already have a message on them. This one was stamped on with just a little greeting.
And it's interesting because this says happy anniversary, but you know, there's nothing that would stop this card from being a wedding card, a birthday card.
A birthday card because of celebrating.
Right,
yeah.
you probably keep
just small changes.
Yeah, and so that's really nice, and that's something I really like about Teresa's cards. Now here is another one, and the last one in this color combination, and look what she's done here.
Oh, this is beautiful. I love this little tag down here. It's like a ribbon treatment. You can go straight through one end and out the other.
Yeah, and let's talk about this. This is using the heart-to-heart stamp set. So Teresa just wanted to use the word hugs.
So she took the entire stamp and she only inked the hugs part. Now you can also tape off the other part so that it won't get inked, but she said it was real easy on that particular one just to ink that one part of the word.
Okay.
Because she only wanted one word on it.
Then on right down here, you can see that heart.
And the heart is the same idea. Here's the heart on the I love you stamp, but all she wanted was that heart, so you can mask off the rest of it and just use the part that you need.
And we will tell you that Teresa did confess that she has cut that heart out of this one so she can use it separately often, but
right.
You're on your own with that.
You're on your own. She does that, and then she says she'll replace the heart back in the message so that she can use it anytime she wants to do that.
And again, the pearls that she's used this time are called Le Creme, and they are an ivory, so you can see the richness. The other thing, you know, you can color these pearls with Spectrum Noir pens.
Right.
So
you can get them just about any color you want.
Yeah, as long as you have the pens, I guess.
As long as you have the pens.
And then this frame is foam taped up, so you can probably see that it looks a little different than the last one,
right,
where that frame was flat.
Right, and this one she stamped, after she put the paper on the card, then she stamped right onto that, and then she framed it.
And this frame is complete. It's got both of these pieces. I mean, this is one piece, so you've got the two colors together.
Right, and just add a little bit of artwork and some of the pearls, and it's beautifully accented.
And doing those swirls down the card is a really nice look.
That is great, and then you've got the ribbon on top of part of the swirl.
Right, and on the inside, so we've got the floral on the outside, we've got the coordinating stripe on the inside, and we've got the swirls on both. And look how substantial that swirl is.
That is great. I mean, you can see that on scrapbooking too, pretty easily, but it fits on the card wonderfully. I love that. It's like tone on tone,
It is.
but you can see it. It stands out enough.
Of course, this is one of my favorite sayings, that we'll be friends forever because you know way too much. So those are the three in the pink and the blue set. Now we're going to head into the third set, which is the browns and the blues. A little more masculine, I would think.
Sure.
With the plaids.
It's easy to create a masculine card with these, and even if with a little bit of scroll work, it still works.
Now, in this particular case, these are pretty close tone on tone together. So the blues and the browns are pretty subtle.
You want them to pop out a little bit, and so we used mocha suede for that.
We did, and this is the suede paper. And in addition to that, Teresa has added some of the copper nail heads. Now these are self-adhesive, and you just snip them off, and they just have a little tiny bump to them.
Yeah, it's just a little bit raised, and they're so pretty.
Yeah.
I do like those quite a bit. I do think that those lend well toward masculine cards.
Mm-hmm. They're also nice for mailing cards too, but again, the swirls, which are so popular, that border that has been placed on a paper, going across the center of it.
I don't even think it's been inked. I think it comes like that. It has that look to it, that vintage look.
So we have a stripe and a plaid on the front, or a check, and then on the inside we have a paisley, but they all coordinate.
This is great. Just a little bit more suede to make those pop just a little bit.
So it works really, really nicely, and that shine of copper is great.
And the message is stamped on there from the heartfelt greetings.
And may your heart and soul, this is a sympathy card, find peace and comfort. Now again, just by changing the sentiment, this could be a masculine birthday, it could be a graduation, it could be
a thank you card, just about anything.
Easily. And the thing so much with Teresa that we need to say every time we show her work is that this is her card front, But you know, there's nothing shabby about that to be a card front either.
So you could make a set of blank cards and just do the card fronts with all of the things we're showing.
You could, yeah. So you could get double duty on all of them. Now here is a 5-inch square card, and wanting to add that little bit of punch, Teresa has added the gold glitter star dazzles.
And it does a lot. It brings your eye up toward that area and back down toward here. It kind of makes you work a little bit. I love the letters, and something that Teresa mentioned about the letters is if you put them kind of off at separate angles like that, you don't have to worry about lining that up. They're supposed to look like that, and it's a very cute look. It's a fun look.
Yeah, I think it's a casual look, kind of a whimsical look. And so it's My Hero, Simply Amazing. So very fun way to use those. And then on the inside, thank you. Just a giant thank you.
And the ribbon does a lot. I noticed that on the front, the ribbon is sort of coming down from the top. And this one, it's going this way. It's doing something different on the front than on the inside.
Very nice. And you can see that pop with the dazzles just adds a bit of glitter. Speaking of adding a bit of shine, this has several things going on.
It's got the new gold holographic ripple.
There you go, just in case. In case a little bit isn't good enough.
Somebody said that reminds them of, water, a sun on the water at the ocean, just kind of in the little shallows.
That's nice. But notice just what a little bit there is. So it's covering the card and just backing that star.
Right, which is taken from the Superstars template,
Easy Stars template, right. Actually, I think it is a Superstars. Yes, it is a Superstars. I'm taking this one back. It's Superstars.
That's what I thought was mentioned, Superstars template.
Now, the other thing that Teresa did is this jute, and that's really something that's used today. And she said that you can curl it by just taking a bone folder and going right against it with your finger on one side.
Right.
Yeah,
the way you would curling ribbon with scissors, but you don't want to use scissors because it'll fray the jute too much.
So that's one way that you can get it, just to kind of curve. It's not going to curl as much as the ribbon.
Right. I love how these are just stacked on here, just right on top of each other.
And what else? Let's just back up just a little bit. She does have all of this going on. Now, this is a 5 by 6.5 card, which is kind of the standard we use, but with all of that being condensed here, she didn't want to ignore the rest of her cards. So she's got the paisley, she's got the check, and yet, so they're going on there, so a nice big clumps of them, and then this collage in the middle.
Right, and what I like about this is that you're showing the print of the paper, which is actually, it's quite beautiful. You don't want to cover that up too much.
That's true, and then on the inside, a more subdued paper, same part of the collection.
Just a little bit of shine behind one of those stars, and just a little corner border, which is an accent, which I like that one a lot.
Now, I did promise you some scrapbook pages, and I'm going to be showing you some because this stack of papers was used in a personal shopper several years ago, but I just want to show you these pages. So we're going to get in pretty close so that you can see them. So just tearing, I guess a little bit further out, John. No, out, further away. Thank you. So you can see just the tearing, and again, this would be a good card layout too.
Yes,
just
it would.
Shrinking it down, using the photos, using the pieces of die cuts for the journaling, and letting them come off of some rickrack.
Sure, and that could be one of the frame elements with just a stamp in the middle of it.
And look how this has been done as a double page spread with taking 2 of the stripe papers, letting them go horizontally, taking one 12 by 12, tearing it, and placing the halves on opposite corners.
That's a great look.
Doing that in
I
an
like
angle.
the journaling right around the scroll die cut right there.
That's nice. Yeah, we'll get in. So those scrolls, I think scrolls are just underutilized, so very nice. Now, I'm going to turn this, and we'll get a couple of options for the blue and brown set. And again, you can use them. This is for a cowgirl birthday. That was when Lauren, I can't remember how old she was, but just using those photos across the center, but on a stripe paper. So you can see that stripe goes across both sides.
That's great. Just a little bit of accent with the scroll work here and up in this corner, and that just seems to be all that's necessary.
So we have it for the cowgirl. Now we'll have it for the boys. And just two really nice giant pages, each of the sons of talking about their special, unique qualities, and just beautifully done.
That's great. I love that the brown strip is up here at the top on this side and down at the bottom on this side. Kind of mixes it up a little.
Now we also have another layout using the pink and the black and the red set, and some significant journaling here.
Right. Here's the frame that was used on one of the cards, and in this case, the remember is actually useful on it.
Right. Works beautifully. And just adding those die cuts just around the true, which is what Teresa used on her card. Right. Many of the flowers, of course, are useful for both.
The labels, and they are journaled. The tags are journaled on. One of the stickers, this one has been journaled. It's either journaled on, which I can't tell, or
Right.
the lettering was used.
Probably the lettering, yeah, because there are just so many. So that is our beginning. I hope you like the mix of scrapbooking pages and cards. We'll have that every day.
And we will see you tomorrow with day 2 of your week of Webisodes.
Trips, techniques, twists, and turns, and Teresa.
Teresa.
And you.